What's the deal, beautiful people? It's your boy AD reporting to you live from the Press Start 410 studios. Today, I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a USB drive full of all your favorite retro games. Now, I'm going to be using a 64 gigabyte PNY USB stick. And another thing that you'll need in this process, you're going to need a controller. Now this right here is a PS5 DualSense controller. You don't necessarily need a DualSense 5 controller. You can use an Xbox controller or any sort of Bluetooth like a 8-bit doll. Anything that you have lying around will work as long as it can connect to your device. And I'm using my mini PC. That's what I game with when I'm sitting in the house in the Press Start 410 studios. I use like $150 mini PC I got from Amazon. I can't even remember the brand, but I will link you to it in the comments. Without further ado, let's get into it. So the first thing you want to do is navigate to google.com, the largest search engine in the universe. And then you're going to want to type in Retrobat download. I've already typed that in. As you can see, click on download Retrobat. From there, you're going to hit download now. Click that, and then you're going to scroll your boat. And you're going to click on download. I'm downloading version 6.40. You can download whatever version you'd like. Hit the download button, and you're going to get this thanks for downloading message. It's going to take about 3 minutes. No need for you guys to see that. I'll be back at you in a second. Once the file is downloaded, you're going to navigate to where you download it to. So by default, it's probably in the downloads folder, I would imagine. But if you have it set somewhere else, just remember where you downloaded it. And you're going to go to setup. So you're going to double click on setup. Wait for the wizard to pop up. Any second now. Any second. You might get a message that says Windows protected your PC. They ain't protecting you from shit. Hit more info. Hit run anyway. Or as Russ would say, yeah man, I want to do this. Hit run anyway, like I did. And the Retrobat wizard will pop up. You're going to hit OK for English or whatever language you speak. You're going to hit next. You're going to hit I accept the agreement. You're going to scroll down. Hit next again, yada, yada, yada. Now, this part is important. If you're saving it to your USB drive, you don't have to save it to your C drive. You can navigate to where your USB is. Now, mine is D. I've already named it Retrobat. So I'm going to hit OK. And that's where I'm going to save all my files. Hit next. It's going to download Visual C++ redistributable and DirectX 9 as well. Hit next. Create desktop shortcut. That is totally optional. However, it is easy to do if you're going to be playing on the PC that you're installing this on. Hit next. Hit install. And you're going to wait for everything to go through. USC prompt popped up. You're going to hit yes. And you play the waiting game from there. I mean, you guys can wait with me if you want. But if not, I understand. I'll see you guys in a minute. I ain't even gonna hold y'all. This setup is taking hella long, man. Just sitting here waiting and waiting and waiting. But it's all good. It's gonna be worth it in the long run. I'll check back in with y'all in a minute.
1 hour later.
Finally, it finished downloading. Now, what you want to do from here is click on your Retrobat drive. I named mine Retrobat. It is letter D. Yours could be D. It could be something different, but it's probably D. You're going to double click on Retrobat, and you're going to see a whole bunch of folders. So you have BIOS, cheats, ROM, saves, screenshots, just a litany of different things here. The most important thing here is the Retrobat executable file or application file. That's what allows you to open up Retrobat. Now, if I double click on that, Retrobat is now starting. You get extremely loud music, but I don't have anything going on here. Okay, now if you want to add games, which I'm sure you do, you want to go to the ROMs folder. So double click on ROMs, and it's going to take you to a list of different game folders. Now, depending on the games you have, you would need to use certain folders. So if you want to add GameCube games, you're going to use GameCube. Game Gear, Game Gear. NES, which is the first Nintendo, you want to go to the NES folder, which is right here. Also, you have N64, a very popular one. Game Boy Advance would be GBA. Regular Game Boy would be GB. Game Boy Color would be GBC. You get the picture. So that's where you want to add your game files. You want to add them to the corresponding folder. Make sure you put the right games in the right folders, or else they're just not going to work. And finally, this is what Retrobat looks like when you have all of your game files and all of your BIOS files in the right spots. As you can see, I have a good amount of systems: PS2, PS1, Neo Geo Pocket Color, Dreamcast, Genesis, all of your favorites here, man. This is a 1 terabyte build. It's not the same 64 gigabyte USB drive that I was demonstrating on earlier. This is something that I set up previously. Let me see how many games I have on this thing right here. 32,752. But this is nothing. Man, I have over 200,000 retro games, man. I just love a good retro game. And just for demonstration purposes, I'm going to show you that the games do in fact load. Okay, I'm going to show you at least one game loading. I'm going to pick one of my favorite games right here. NBA Street Volume 2. It's a classic. I feel like it might be my favorite basketball game of all time. NBA 2K11's up there as well. NBA Jam Tournament Edition. I love sports games and I love basketball games. I love retro gaming. Period, man. You just can't beat it. Modern games just aren't the same. They don't give me that feel. This gives me that feel, like 2002, 2003, playing with my homeboys, man. Not really worried about bills. Just living life, man. Just having a ball. Pause.